Welcome to Got a Game for You, the podcast where we, Shelby...
No, I'm Megan.
I pointed the wrong way. Shelby, Megan, Lena, talk about the games you've got to play. We're all seasoned, cozy gamers who are just one freaking achievement away from 100% on Microsoft Solitaire. And I will get you. I will get you one day. Anyways.
That's really impressive.
Yeah, I know.
I
can't
wait for the day. You may notice a little bit of a change of scenery.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of moving. I also got a new couch, so we don't have our big orange couches, which they were a vibe.
Yeah.
But they were really hard to color correct.
Yeah.
With the yellow walls, too.
Yeah.
Now it's more green. I'm in the process. We're figuring things out. So if you're watching the YouTube video, you can obviously see it, or you're watching on Spotify. But for those listening, I painted my wall green with the help of Shelby and Alyssa, who's in town, our producer, all the way from Canada. And it's just, it's pretty cool.
I like
It's
it.
beautiful.
It's
It's pretty good.
it really is.
Just wait till the lights are set up. Anyways, that was just my, go ahead.
Hello, I'm Shelby. I am a 4-time Minecraft champion, content creator of over 10 years, and proud owner of a now 18-year-old YouTube channel this month. Happy birthday.
Wow, happy birthday.
Wow.
Adult can vote.
My channel can vote.
Wow.
Congratulations.
A little too late.
Okay. I'm Megan, aka Strawberry17, YouTube dinosaur, changer of many different hairstyles and appearances. I'm just, constantly evolving, and I just want everyone to know I developed a bit of a big brain in the last couple of years, so I can do semi-Zelda hard level games.
Yeah, like the first area,
First dungeon.
Yeah.
Tutorial, actually.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. But
You can do the tutorial.
But that's big. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I'm little Dink Madrid, as Shelby, who wrote the intro this episode, wrote in the script.
I can't take credit for that. That was Megan who called her that.
AKA Lena Madrid. I work in the games industry and I love all types of games, from the shooties to the cryes. So, yeah.
Well, have you ever finished a game that was so good it became your entire personality and you didn't know who to go to about it? Well, we're that group of friends that you immediately go to share all the games that you can't stop thinking about.
We'll bring you along on a deep dive into some of our favorite games, sharing why they're special
I wanted to
us.
do it. You did it. And
Plus, you can look forward to dev interviews and moments from our own playthroughs.
we've been
And I'm just going
gamers
to
for
talk
quite some time
her
now.
little portion because she's not a professional host and can't get through her lines.
How dare you? We've been gamers for quite some time now, and much of our personalities were formed in the games that we played. We're talking about games that made us. Shelby, let's kick things off with you. What is the game you'd say defined you?
I
Okay.
love this.
I do too. I had fun writing this. When I think of the game that made me, there is really only one answer. RuneScape.
I don't know anything about that game.
You were either a WoW kid or a RuneScape kid. Or
I was
like
a WoW kid.
Yeah.
maybe there was another one, an MMO.
EverQuest.
That's another
Yeah.
one. You
Oh,
had your
yeah, yeah.
MMO if you were an MMO kid, and I was unfortunately sucked into the world of RuneScape. Being a part of this game from the years 2003 till 2013, it was really an experience you had to be there for.
Wow.
I didn't have a lot of friends, but this game opened up a whole new world to me. And through this game, I made friends that without knowing, I would not be sitting here today.
Aww.
Some highlights of the...
Did we play RuneScape?
No.
Not even...
No.
I would not recommend it now, although I do still play.
Okay.
you had to be there. It's not, I don't know if it's a great game to jump into if you weren't there from the beginning.
Is it not
I get
beginner
it.
friendly or?
It's like, it's kind of a culture that you have to get. And maybe old school is a great
Okay.
time to jump in, but
Wait,
it does look ugly.
Shelby, I don't know what RuneScape is. Can you explain what that is?
RuneScape is an MMO, which is a massive multiplayer online game. Essentially, you have your skills, an arrangement of skills that you can get from level 0 to 99 at the time. Now it's like 120, I think.
Wow.
There are quest lines. You build your own character and you make your own story. Basically, it's open world and you make friends. You're playing with other people online.
Is it fantasy? Because I always thought RuneScape was a shooter. Am I crazy?
Yes.
Yeah.
What the heck? I'm telling you, I don't know anything
Yeah.
about RuneScape.
It is a fantasy.
Okay.
Because there are some other races of people, but you only play a regular human. You don't get to choose.
Oh, okay.
But the quest line does revolve around you. You are a regular human in this world, and eventually the quest line, you accidentally become this champion who is just a human that ended up at the right place at the right time.
Whoa!
I
like
was
that.
a big fan of the questing, especially. But some of the highlights of the communities that I was a part of in RuneScape, there was the house party culture. There were
House party culture?
you have your player-owned house. There's the player portal.
GTA.
They would host fashion shows, gambling, literal house parties where you just go and hang out.
What?
It is GTA.
Oh my god!
Honestly, I feel like a lot of other communities and other games, everything can go back to RuneScape, maybe, allegedly.
Wow. Okay.
I was personally a frequenter of the fashion shows, and I knew how to optimize my inventory to have the perfect balance of items for any theme. You only have 28 spaces in your inventory. And I think that's why I'm so good at Dress to Impress.
I was gonna say, like, that's why you're so, into Dress to Impress.
She's also a Leo, so
I'm also a Leo. Could
okay.
you tell?
Yeah.
I'm told that it's obvious, and I don't like that. I don't know what that means.
Is that like a compliment?
Hey,
or?
everyone's
I don't
jealous
know.
of Leos, so it's a compliment. Take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was also very heavily involved in the music video community of RuneScape.
Wait,
Which-
what?
What does that even mean?
Do you
What
guys
does that
know
mean?
AMVs?
Yes.
So
Yes.
there were RSMVs, RuneScape music. This is literally my
Excuse
content
me?
creation origins. Was this?
Wait, no.
My first
way.
video was a music video.
So like clips from the game to like music. Okay, please explain.
Wait,
Let me
this.
set the scene.
No.
Yeah.
Do you have this video?
no, that's actually part of my script. Is that it has been deleted.
Oh,
I went on a rampage and deleted and didn't just private.
I did that
For some-
too. I did that
what
too.
was wrong with us?
I don't know.
Now
I
they're
don't
lost
know.
to time, so you really had to be there. But you basically would film with unregistered Hypercam 2, obviously, scenes in RuneScape doing emotes, or just like you count people and you do body acting is what it's called. You have them walk and have your scene play out in the player house.
Can I buy you a drink? You seem kind of familiar. Have we met?
Have we met? What a stupid question.
Libby? But I saw you. You blew up.
Yeah, well, doctors can do wonderful things these days.
And then you set it to the theme of the music, which is often emo music.
Oh.
This gave
Nice.
me
Okay.
my music taste. Linkin Park, Escape the Fate, kind of like hardcore alternative rock.
God.
Papa Roach?
Papa Roach?
Ooh.
Absolutely. Go look up RSMV Scars. I'm probably in it, actually. I was very popular.
We have to find this. We have to find this.
Okay.
My first video ever was a very poorly made music video. So I wish I could remember what song it was.
Oh.
But yeah, it has been deleted. The heart and soul of this game is really the people. But I will say I was also really good at it. I like grinding in games, and a
Yeah.
lot of RuneScape is standing still and clicking. Just
Oh, okay.
grinding. And I loved that.
Mm.
My favorites were defense and fire making. I just thought defense was the best cape, and fire making was really fun to do as a skill. But my least favorites were agility and hunting. Still true today. I don't participate
Wow.
in those activities.
Okay. Wow. I'm gonna ask a question that's gonna make all RuneScape players angry, but like, how similar to WoW is it? Like the gameplay loop. I'm trying to get.
I don't even know what it looks like in my
yeah.
head.
Yeah.
Not good. It didn't look good. It was not a pretty game.
Okay.
It wasn't known for its graphics.
Okay.
But it is, the bones of it are very similar.
Okay.
There are like some fundamental differences, like the starting zones and races. You don't have any of that. There are skills like magic, but they're very just point and click. There's no
Okay.
moves or abilities. This was
Oh,
at the
okay.
time, to be fair. Around the year, I think it was 2012, if I remember correctly, came the evolution of combat, which really made or broke the game for you. So that is where
People like divided.
people divided and the game divided, which is why we now have old school and RS3, which are
like-
two different games.
Okay.
Classic and
Yeah.
retail.
The same way that WoW did Legacy, because it was different at the beginning. The game
Yeah,
was a different
yeah.
game. And it really changed the game when they introduced Evolution of Combat, which added abilities and a hotbar with skills, which we did not have before.
Oh,
It was super basic.
Yeah. It sounds like other MMOs kind of like influenced it a little bit.
Yeah,
And
I
that
wonder
change.
who was the first MMO? Who did it first?
I think it was
Wasn't
EverQuest. Yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
EverQuest followed
They
by
laid the
WoW.
groundwork.
Yeah.
I had 12 99s and a quest cape
I-
and the air guitar emote, which is
Wow.
why I was popular in music videos.
Wow.
Wait, it started in 2003?
It started in 2001. I
Oh, wow.
started
It
in
was before-
2003.
Okay, that was before WoW, because I remember playing beta. Like WoW was like 2005, I believe.
Oh.
before you guys were born.
Yeah. I don't know. It looked
2004.
even way worse in 2001, I'm sure.
Anyways.
And you could find it on addictinggames.com.
Ooh, I remember that site. Yeah.
That was a good time.
They had addictingvideos.com too.
Oh,
Yeah.
They had like a whole, yeah.
Well, this game really truly formed who I am today. It gave me my music taste. It gave me my obscure knowledge about mixing metals and King Arthur. And it made me a content creator. The only reason I'm living in LA now is because a friend I made when I was a kid in RuneScape
No
and made
way.
videos with needed a roommate.
Wow.
And I never looked back.
Aww.
There's something special about being a regular in the world of an MMO. I feel like
Yeah.
you can relate, at least with WoW, where it's its own culture. It has its own rules. It has its own current events. And it was the first time I found a community with people like me.
Aw.
That's
I
so
love
good.
that.
Yeah.
Did they have guilds in RuneScape?
They did introduce clans.
Okay. Yeah.
Which they were pretty fun. There were
That's
some
cool.
mini games that involved needing big groups of people, so clans were involved in those. Clan Wars was a game. The game type is an MMO. It is available on PC and mobile. It is free, but membership is $13.99 if you want to be a member.
Okay,
Ooh.
got it.
Developed by Jagex.
Wow, I love that story. I feel like I learned so much about you.
I
You
know,
talk
I
about
know.
RuneScape all the time, but I had no idea like it ran that deep.
You kind of really had to be there. And I didn't want to talk too much about myself, but it's about us and the game a little bit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like it. Yeah, I know. I loved it.
Those are my origin story.
I really want to see one of those like
I gotta watch it.
music videos.
We
I'll
should,
find
we should
you some.
react to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were so good. The way that people did edits back then, it's kind of the same way people do TikTok fan edits.
Well, people would do that with World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
I was like in
Yep.
videos of yeah,
Really?
yeah. That's something that you would do with like your guild mates. It's a whole thing. Yeah.
it's a thing.
Mhm. What about you, Lena?
So growing up, we were very much like a PC gaming household. I played, of course, like the educational games.
For when people
but-
are looking.
Oregon
Yeah.
Trail.
Yeah, but it's my dad who was really into gaming and got me into gaming. So he would always buy like the latest PC game.
Wow, you have a
and
cool
then-
dad.
I know, I really do. Armando Madrid, shout out.
Love you.
He's the one who like truly like sparked my love for gaming. So he would buy the latest game and then I would pull up my chair and then watch him. It was like
Aw.
live Let's Plays.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was really like how we bonded. The game that really like defined me, Half-Life.
Ooh.
Which okay, to be fair, I was a little young to play that game. But I watched my dad play it and so it was fine, right? So this game came out in 1998. So I was
Wow.
not to age myself, but I was 8 years old when it came out. But this was like our nightly like ritual. Yeah. So he would play, I would watch. And this game blew my mind at that age. You take on the role of Gordon Freeman. He's a theoretical physicist working at a top secret underground facility called Black Mesa.
Ooh.
The game begins with you on a tram, which already was like, oh my gosh, I'm in this tram. I can look around and you're like going through the
Whoa.
whole facility and you're like spotting places that you will end up in like later on in
No
the game.
way. That's pretty
Ooh.
cool.
Yeah, for 1998, right? Like
yeah.
this game, I'll get into it later, but this game is like revolutionary.
Ahead
It
of its
impacted
time.
the game
Yeah.
industry like majorly. So you start your workday, chat with the guards, chat with the scientists. Like you can actually go up and talk to them, and they have their voice lines. I thought that was cool.
Aw.
He would let me play that part because it was like the
You're
little.
so curious.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, you just go around, you go into the locker room, you put on your HEV suit, because you have an experiment you have to do later on in the day. Go do science, okay? One of my favorite moments is you can go into the cafeteria and someone is microwaving their food. And you can go up and you can interact and press the microwave button. And you just keep doing it, and he'll be like, "Stop that! That's my food!" And you keep doing
Whoa.
it, and then boom, the microwave explodes, and he gets angry, and then goes up and and then of course I take off.
That's really cool. So that like
yeah.
you can affect that or just leave it
Exactly.
alone.
Because
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
neat.
before that, like games weren't as like I guess interactive. It felt like at least the ones
No,
that I had
you were
played.
like it was going one
Mhm.
way. It was
Like
like,
the-
it was like a runner.
Yeah, there were soda machines that you could actually press.
That's
You get
cool.
a soda, it gives you health. Yeah. So
That's fun.
do this experiment. You've done it time and time again, but of course something goes wrong. Okay, all hell breaks loose. So the facility just starts rumbling. You get teleported different places between our world and also the alien world of Zen, where you come face to face with enemies that you're going to encounter and have to survive later on. You wake up, the place is a mess, destroyed. Those scientists and those guards that you were talking to earlier, Only a few survived. So you meet one scientist and you're tasked with going up to the surface to call for help. You see a crowbar on the floor, pick it up, and that is like, the crowbar is an icon in gaming, okay? It is like an iconic weapon for the Half-Life series. Thankfully, you have it because then you soon meet these head crabs, the most annoying enemy ever. They're little crabs. They'll jump at your face.
Ooh.
So you have to like hit them away.
Like in
and
Aliens?
because if they latch onto your face, you become
They suck your brain.
a zombie basically. Yeah.
I only
It's
know
so
about
creepy.
them because of Gmod.
So much has been built off of the engine of like Half-Life
Yeah,
and Half-Life
iconic.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Groundbreaking.
So you work your way up through the facility. At one point, you meet a scientist. You're like, don't worry, the military has come here to save us all. And he like runs out to like go greet him. And he quickly finds out that the military, they didn't send a rescue crew. They sent a cleanup crew.
Typical.
Yeah. So
the
it's not-
government.
Exactly. It's not just aliens that you have to then fight your way through. It's these like, all these grunts and everything. So
Jeez.
yeah, you finally make your way through. You realize you got to like take out the boss of the alien Zen world because they're trying to invade our world. So you get sent off into that alien world and fight the boss. The boss is like, he floats up in the air. He's got a big head with a big brain.
Ew.
Can't relate. And so, we've been playing this game every night. We're finally at the last boss. This is the very last boss. And my dad, bless his heart, he's been trying to fight and kill this boss forever. And he's like, I need a break. I have to take this call.
Wait, shut up.
Go ahead. You can take control. So I sit in the little seat because he had saved the game.
I've heard this story, but I'm like, it's so exciting. You're such a good storyteller.
So I like have to like lift the chair up so I can reach the keys, right? Fun fact, he's left-handed, and I actually played for years left-handed, mouse and keyboard.
That's why she has a big brain.
For
That's
years, until I
insane.
was like 25, and then I switched to right hand.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
I take control, and I'm just like having fun, like hide behind a thing, go out, shoot my gun until I run out of ammo. And I just keep doing that until I shoot my last rocket at him, and then the screen goes white. You see the boss fall. My dad, who was on the phone, hangs up and runs to me. He's like, what? Did you beat the boss? This little 8-year-old beat Half-Life.
Young Padawan.
Yep.
Wow.
From that moment, I got an adrenaline rush. I'm like,
Addicted.
this is what it feels like to beat a game, to beat a boss. I'm so good. So that was the start of my MLG journey.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everything actually about you makes sense now.
That's incredible. Wow.
Yeah. Later on, he went back to like play himself and beat it.
Yeah,
you
of
know,
course. Yeah,
you know.
too. Yeah.
Half-Life, I just get so passionate talking about it because it was so innovative. For example, before, cutscenes were like very heavily relied on, whereas with Half-Life, there were no cutscenes.
Whoa.
They wanted you to have a completely seamless experience.
You are the cutscene.
Yeah. So like kind of, not open world, but like definitely like, they minimized like the loading screens. Like there were no loading screens. It was just like you walk forward and then you see a text that says loading and then you go continue forward. For narrative, walk forward and then something gets like triggered and then the next narrative piece happens. So like you really
Wow.
do feel like you are so in this world because there's no like, oh, now I'm going to stop and watch this little mini movie to like, It was like really advanced AI as well. So like the enemies would actually run and duck in cover, which you didn't see a lot of. They would
Just
like,
in time crisis.
yeah, you would. They would like if you threw a grenade, they would try to get away from it. With scientists, they could help you like open doors or like give you health when they see you're
Wow.
low.
In 98.
Yeah, in 1998, it blew the mind of an 8-year-old. So won 1 billion awards. So real quick. Time to beat 12 hours.
Wow.
First person shooter.
It's a long game.
I know. $10 right now. Yeah.
Whoa.
$10 developed by Valve.
That's a steal.
Kind of
I've
big
always
deal.
wanted to play it too. Maybe it's time.
Maybe.
Never too late.
Why not, right? It'll make Lena super proud.
Yeah. And there's like because like, you had the crunchy 1998 graphics of the first Half-Life. There's actually a modded version called Black Mesa. And that uses the Half-Life 2 graphics. So if you want something smoother for your eyes, you could play that version.
Okay. Cool.
Oh. What about you, Megan?
The game that made me is also the first game that I ever beat. And I did that at age 5.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. All right.
I like you. I watched my brother play through it, and when he was at school, I would get to play the game. I learned very quickly. You guys have all heard my Zelda story about how I deleted my brother's Ocarina of Time save file. This was just always the mode. He got to beat the game first, and then I got to play. I am the only girl out of 4 boys, so video games weren't for girls. The color pink was for girls. You had to do girly things. You had to wear dresses. I grew up in a really strict, kind of religious, male-dominated household. So video games was really off the table for me. And I was told constantly what things I liked and what things I shouldn't like.
Mm-hmm.
And to play video games, I knew I was so attracted and drawn to it. And I wanted to be a part of that world and play. I'm like, this is a game. Why isn't it for me? Why is it just for boys? I don't get it. That was always something, even in my little 5-year-old self, that I had a hard time with. I'm like, I'm gonna just play this game when no one's watching and just let it be for me. Whatever if I can't beat it. Well, I did. And that feeling of beating a game, this is the turning point in me. I could do everything a boy can do.
Take that, boys.
That's what it was for me. That beating Super Mario World was that. But let me tell you a little bit about it. For anyone that doesn't know, players take control of Mario or Luigi in multiplayer mode as they embark on an epic journey to rescue Princess Toadstool from the clutches of Bowser. The game is set in the vibrant and diverse dinosaur land, where players navigate through a wide array of levels, including haunted houses, underwater stages, and sprawling overworlds. The introduction of Yoshi, which was really cool.
So good.
I remember.
That was my favorite.
That was
Yeah,
my
me
favorite
too.
part. You get to ride Yoshi. A lovable dinosaur companion added a fresh gameplay element, allowing Mario to ride him and access unique abilities like eating enemies. That just blew my mind.
Eel.
Yeah, it was so good. The game's charm lies in tight controls, clever level design, and hidden secrets, such as bonus levels and alternate paths. It's a masterpiece of creativity and innovation that influenced countless platformers after it. I will also say this game laid down a solid foundation for my curiosity, because just like any Mario game, it's oh, can I go down that pipe? That wall looks a little bit weird. What if I go left? I love finding secrets, and that was so foundational for me.
I love when a game encourages you to explore and touch everything.
Yeah.
Well,
For secrets.
yeah, and Super Mario World was so different than all of the other Mario games. We had an NES growing up, but getting the SNES, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, that was a really, really big deal. So all of those games were just so freaking good. I didn't know this, but the time to beat that game is 5 hours, and it took my brother so long to beat it.
Yeah.
Games were hard back then.
They
were
were.
very
I was
hard.
going to say that.
That's
They
why
were harder.
5 hours, I feel like.
They were challenging.
7 hours for completionists, but I just remember spending weeks on this game.
Yeah.
It is a platformer, and if you want to play it, you can play it on Nintendo Switch Online under the SNES. Your membership is $19.99, and it really is worth it.
Yeah.
You can play so many different titles from the NES, SNES, Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis, and N64. And they're only expanding and adding more and more games. It's hundreds of titles, which is really cool. But anyways, I thought that was a neat little nod to a game that made me.
That's impressive. 5 years old, because Super Mario games are hard. Okay.
They really are.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but I was a really smart little 5-year-old. I was
smart as a kid, and then I grew out of it.
I know, me too.
What happened? Where did it go?
Growing pains, I guess.
Yeah. I just grew into my brain. My brain didn't grow with me. Wait, you got to play Celeste. You like platformers. You got to play Celeste.
No, I love platformers.
Oh,
yeah, I really do. It's been on my list, so
Yeah.
I'll get to it eventually.
Yeah.
God, will one of you guys play through that game with me?
I don't think I ever played the original one.
What?
I only started Mario games, I think, for the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance.
As I was reading this, I was like, you could play multiplayer. My brother was such a jerk; he wouldn't play
That's
with me.
so sad.
I was little sister, and I had to watch, not play.
Yeah.
I wasn't ever allowed to touch.
Yeah, what a jerk! Dang it!
And look at us now.
Look at us now.
The world couldn't stop us.
That's right.
I relate to I actively hated pink just because it was so forced on girls.
Mm.
Now I'm a lover of all colors.
Same.
Yeah. It took
Same.
me a while to like pink.
Yeah.
You
It took
and your
me-
love of pink.
It
Yeah.
started with becoming a Power Ranger. I was so upset about it. I was like, no, I don't
Not the
want to be
pink one.
pink. I don't want to be pink. But I was like, why are you letting
Yeah.
this still like dictate what this color is for you? Help me reclaim it. But yeah. Being
Yeah.
a girl, also I'm a little bit older than you guys, not by much. But video games really were just advertised to boys.
Yeah.
Growing up in like the end of the 80s and the 90s, boy stuff was boy stuff. Girls could not be a part of that. And if you were, it was like
Weird.
You were weird, and like being gay was the worst thing in the world. It was like synonymous with being like icky. And as a kid, how can you even process that?
And it does make sense because it's like, why?
Why? Yeah.
What is the reason?
Yeah, it felt so taboo too. But
Yeah.
that's why it's so cool that your dad, like, you also grew up in a religious household, but he liked video games and let you play and be a part of it. You, you have like really cool parents.
Very liberal. Very liberal parents. So it was great. Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, we have a new segment for you all.
Oh,
Yeah. It is called Spawn It or List It.
yes.
Okay, in this segment, we will each describe to each other a video game world we're trying to sell property in. Okay, we're trying to get each other to move there.
Okay.
After hearing the pitch, the others will decide whether they want to spawn it or list it.
Nice.
I'll go first.
Okay.
And also, we don't know what these games are. We have kept it secret from each other. So
Yeah.
we're going to also try and guess what game this is from. You all leave a comment below as soon as you figure out what game it is. Okay. All right.
Skip so I don't look at it.
Follow the call of adventure to your brand new dream home. And this isn't just a house. It's a gateway to a world brimming with wonders and endless possibilities. Nestled in the majestic mountains, imagine waking up every day to breathtaking vistas of towering mountains, lush forests, and crystal clear lakes. The serene environment offers a perfect escape from the hustle and bustle of modern life, providing a sanctuary for relaxation and rejuvenation and a multitude of adventures around every corner. Your new home blends rustic charm with modern comforts, okay?
Modern comforts.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Grab a flaky strudel and meet the charming people of this town, building up your relationships with them as they offer you things that will help on your adventures, items, stats. They're very friendly and welcoming. Whether you're seeking thrilling escapades or quiet discoveries, the surrounding area offers countless quests and adventures, specifically the sprawling dungeons that are throughout the land. The local marketplace is also a great place to visit.
Oof.
Bustling hub of activity
Okay.
where you can find delicious treats, take a break at the spa, unwind at a cozy inn after a day of dungeoning and exploring secret areas. So whether you're a seasoned hero looking for a new base or a family seeking an enchanting place to grow, this home offers something for everyone.
Ugh.
Strudel?
Strudel, mountains, dungeons.
Vistas and escapades.
Yeah.
Is this world in the Skyrim game?
No,
Ooh,
but I
Is-
almost chose that.
that's a good one.
The relationships
it-
part confused me.
Yeah. It's not, is it a Legend of Zelda?
No.
Yeah, because the relationship building is
Yeah.
what got me.
This will be a hard one to guess, I will say. But
It's
first,
not Assassin's Creed, right?
no.
Yeah.
I almost chose that one though. Odyssey specifically.
Yeah, Odyssey. That's what I was thinking, but it doesn't sound like it.
Well, first, before you guess the game,
Oh,
would you spawn it or would you list it?
Ooh, well, the way you described it.
I would spawn it.
Yeah.
I would spawn it.
That
Yeah.
sounds lovely.
Yeah. Because you can
love
relax.
strudel.
You can also dungeon and adventure, which is great.
Okay.
It is from a smaller indie game.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you know if we've played it?
I know you have not.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Dungeons being
Elder Scrolls Online.
key. No, not ESO.
The relationship part really has me. I'm not sure on that one. What is it?
Dungeons of Hinterberg.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh, that was hard mode.
It is so fun. I know, that was a hard one. I'm sorry, that was a hard one. But it's such a beautiful game.
And that was Lena's first game credit too.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
wow.
Yeah, my name is in the credits.
Wait, what did you do?
PR for Xbox. That's
Hell yeah.
that's what- yeah.
They
That's
give
so
thanks
cool.
for anything nowadays.
How dare
Just
you?
kidding. I'm just kidding. It's so cool. It's so cool. I would have brought it up. Well, Shelby asked us if you like did the art.
I did not. I did no. Did not touch. And they had a talented team to do all
Yeah,
of that.
yeah.
So
Okay, all right. My turn next. Okay. Step into a world of unparalleled beauty and boundless adventure, where every corner reveals a new wonder. From rolling emerald hills and mystical forests to snow-capped peaks and vibrant markets. This enchanted realm is a blend of natural splendor and human ingenuity. Marvel at the floating isles suspended in the sky. Explore ancient ruins steeped in history, or unwind by fishing at a tranquil riverside. Adventure beckons with treks through dense jungles, epic battles against fearsome foes, and the thrill of becoming a hero as you level up. Earn powerful armor and lead daring raids into legendary strongholds. This is a place where communities thrive, mysteries abound, and the magic of life is ever present. Sounds pretty nice, right?
it really
Yeah,
does.
really nice.
Let me tell you about some unique features real quick.
Okay. Yeah.
Majestic landscapes ranging from serene meadows to fiery volcanic regions, floating islands, and breathtaking architectural marvels, hidden pathways, ancient ruins, and secret havens waiting to be discovered. The opportunity to embrace your destiny as a hero. A welcoming atmosphere of lively gatherings and vibrant communities. Opportunities for relaxation and the constant sense of wonder and mystery with endless opportunities to explore and connect. This realm isn't just about living, it's about thriving,
Ooh.
achieving greatness,
Ooh.
and etching your story into the fabric of its legend.
Oh my God. Okay.
Would you, what is it, spawn or what?
spawn it or list it?
Would you spawn it or list it?
Fun.
I would spawn it. I like the
Yeah.
community aspect of it. Like it sounds very welcoming, you
I wanna
know.
be a
But also
hero.
it can be a hero. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The adventure.
Choose your own path.
I like that. There's fishing too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sold. I'm sold.
Okay. All right, we've got 2 new residents.
Yeah.
Is it? Wow.
That's I think it's World of Warcraft.
It is the wonderful world of Azeroth.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
I would absolutely live there.
I would live there in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
Like, we were talking
100%.
about games we would live in, and you guys said, like, oh, we're going to choose the same one, Pokemon or Stardew. And I was
Pokemon
like,
is the obvious best answer.
that is
right.
a really great one, but it's always been Azeroth for me. Like Elwyn Forest, all of the adventures, the portals, the magic,
Yeah,
all the people
yeah.
you meet, the stories.
Which race would you be?
Oh, I don't know.
That
Actually,
is-
I don't. I can't even.
That's
I
a
said I
weighted
would-
question.
That's
Can
a
of
weighted
worms.
question. We need a whole episode dedicated to some of the
Yeah.
yeah. Even StarCraft too. The story.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Anyways, Shelby.
Okay. I didn't write mine nearly as nicely as these guys wrote theirs. I would like to live in this place because the economy is really great. In fact, there is no such thing as money. You trade goods instead that you can always find all over the ground. There are multiple biomes to choose from to live in if you like tropical seaside climate, a spooky swamp, or the side of an active volcano. Oh, they don't. I said it might be obvious. The only way to get there is to jump out of a plane. But when you get there, there's so many cute and interesting creatures and bugs that make great pets. And the housing market, amazing. There's at least 24, if not more, open homes to choose from. And they cost nothing.
Wow.
Except for some pies and maybe some furniture.
Maybe some pie.
A lot of steps.
At least you don't have to agree to a loan
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
get there.
Yeah, that just keeps increasing with every upgrade.
Such a scam.
There are
Yeah.
endless adventures. There are endless discoveries to be made of other places you could possibly live if you're willing to look hard enough for them.
You know what? That sounds lovely.
I would like to.
Would you spawn it or list it?
I would like to spawn it. That sounds
Yeah.
great. Jumping out of an airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as I have balloons tied to my back and I
Yeah.
can float, then spawn it 100%. Yeah.
This ain't Fortnite, baby.
Fortnite. That,
It is
yeah,
Fortnite.
It was that or
is-
Call of Duty. One of the two.
One
Like,
of the two.
yeah.
PUBG.
I literally played
My
this
favorite.
game today. So
It's so good. I've been playing this game since it launched. It's so good.
It's so
I
good.
play it
It's so
every
good.
day.
Hello
I love the events.
Kitty.
Hello
Island
Kitty.
Adventure.
Island
It
Adventure,
is
yeah.
Hello Kitty.
I thought it was
am recently
Minecraft
obsessed.
at first. Did you?
Oh, I said biome?
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, is she gonna? She just said she wasn't gonna pick Stardew. Is she gonna pick Stardew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did also think of Stardew.
Yeah.
Minecraft is also a good choice, but you are alone.
Yeah.
You would just be
It's not a
alone.
good choice.
know about that
And then like
monsters.
you can never go out at night because of all the monsters and stuff.
Things are just
No.
You have to build
constantly
your own
trying
house.
to kill you.
That's the thing. Okay, a lot
Too
of
much
these
labor.
video game worlds are cool as long as you're the main character and have that plot armor.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because if not, if you're an NPC, you're dead.
What kind of bad
immediately.
guys are we dealing with? I don't
Right,
want to.
right.
Yeah.
I'm already an anxious person. I don't want to like put myself in an environment that will,
Yeah.
exacerbate that. Right.
I would
I'm-
definitely-
that was a big word.
It was. Thank
That
you.
was
I
big.
stumbled on it
Many
though.
ways.
You
So.
two went through it. Abracadabra.
I would specifically live in the meadow behind the waterfall.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah. That's a good idea.
Prime
Yeah.
real estate.
Now, the month of March is Women's History Month. So, yeah, we wanted to highlight some great games that were made by women. Megan, take it away.
For women.
I'm a woman. And surprisingly enough, this game is called Birth. Oh, you're welcome. Just a little friendly reminder to everyone: if you're listening, it's probably because of a woman. You were born because of a woman, and if there's a woman in your life, you better treat them right and tell them
Just some
thank you.
appreciation.
Yeah. So, Madison Carr is the creator of Birth. She's a Chicago-based indie game developer known for her unique hand-drawn art style and deeply personal storytelling. I got to play Birth at Summer Game Fest a couple years ago and talk with her. She's so freaking cool. But Birth is not her first game. She's also developed Landlord of the Woods and Whimsy. Both of these earlier titles share her signature blend of whimsical and macabre themes. The Landlord of Woods explores themes of dissatisfaction and self-discovery through physics-based puzzles, and Whimsy offering a charming point-and-click adventure about assisting woodland creatures. Madison's games are celebrated for their emotional depth, creative puzzles, and distinct aesthetic. In Birth, she combines these elements to craft a poignant experience about loneliness and connection, inviting players to explore a surreal city and solve puzzles to build a companion from collected bones and organs.
Oh, lovely.
It's pretty dark, and make sure you look up like Birth video game when you're googling it, or else
don't just Google Birth.
Yeah. Her work resonates with players who appreciate thoughtful artistic games that explore the human condition in unconventional ways. It's an incredible game, and it was a team of one. She worked really hard on
Wow,
it. Yeah.
that's amazing.
A lot of the people who are releasing games or have released them over the last couple of years started during the pandemic. And it's just so cool to see all the different types of games we got from that pretty insane experience.
Yeah.
It's available on Windows, Mac, and Xbox One. It came out February 17th in 2023, and you can get it for $10.99.
Nice.
Thank you, Madison. Thank you, Madison, for being a woman and contributing that game.
Yeah.
Thank you. My game choice is one I played, I think, about 8 years ago, actually, called Child of Light. It is essentially a playable poem developed by Ubisoft with a team of female designers.
I love that.
Truly, actually stunning. It is about a young princess named Aurora who mysteriously falls into a slumber that makes her appear dead. But she's actually transported to the land of Lemuria, a world that is connected to Aurora's through a mirror.
That sounds like where Fee is from.
Oh my God, yeah. I think I thought about that at the time.
Yeah, you called that out at the time.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
But the mirror that connects the two worlds has been stolen by the evil Umbra. Aurora needs to defeat Umbra to get to the mirror to get home, and in order to do that, she needs to recover the light of Lemuria. On this journey, she gains the ability to fly, finds a whole party of friends, and even grows into a young woman.
Whoa,
She
this game
spent
is
so
sick.
much time in this world, she grows up and gets tall.
Wow.
Not only does this game have a beautiful story of a young girl growing and changing into a strong, independent leader and tall, it is breathtaking. The game has the look of an animated painting and the feel of progressing through an illustration.
Dang.
The designers focused on creating a watercolor effect to give the impression of being awake in an underwater dream.
This is incredible.
Wow, I love
have to
that.
play this immediately.
I love that description.
$14.99 on Steam.
Nice.
Really, really, it stands the test of time. It might be a little old, but it's still beautiful and such a good story.
Thank you, women.
Yeah.
Thank you, women.
And my game is Portal, which kind of ties back into Half-Life. It's part of the same universe.
Connected.
Oh.
Yeah, developed by Valve. Kim Swift was the lead designer. She played a crucial role in the game's development. Thanks to her, the innovative Portal gameplay was made. She actually worked on a game called Narbacular Drop. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Whoa,
With a
okay.
T, yeah. Which
Complicated.
caught the attention of Valve. So good old Gabe, the co-founder of Valve, personally offered to hire her to the team to develop Portal.
Oh, that's so
Thank you,
cool.
Gabe.
Yeah, so Portal is set in Aperture Science Laboratories. You wake as Chell, a test subject with no memory. So you're armed with a portal gun and have to navigate a series of harder and harder test chambers under the watchful eye of GLaDOS, a very sarcastic and mean AI. But don't worry, because she says that she's going to give you cake at the very end.
Oh, that's what that line is from.
yeah.
The cake is a
Except
lie.
the cake is a lie. The groundbreaking puzzle mechanics and use of the portals and physics just revolutionized the gaming space. So
To this day, I still say now you're thinking with portals.
there we go. There
I've
we
never
go.
even played
And
it.
we have Kim Swift to thank for that.
Kim Swift.
Not related to Taylor Swift,
No,
No
I
relation.
don't know. I
but
didn't.
Taylor wishes.
Okay. Thanks, Kim.
Thanks, Kim.
Thanks, Kim.
I love women.
I love women.
I love women.
Shout out women.
All right. Well, thank
Hi,
you.
Mom. Sorry.
Hi, Shelby's mom. Hi, Shelby. And also my mom. Hi. Okay.
Hi, everyone's mom.
Hi, everyone's mom.
Show this to your mom.
Yeah.
I already
Sit
know
her
your
down.
mom.
We'll watch this episode with her. Okay. Sorry.
Made for moms.
Yeah.
No, stop it.
Okay, we're done. Thank you for tuning in to Got a Game for You. Be sure to follow us on all socials at Got a Game for You.
And got a game for you pod on Instagram because we still
There we
can't
go.
get
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
name. It's taken by no one.
It'll haunt us forever.
Forever.
Thank you for all your comments, likes, and reviews. They really, really help us out. Keep leaving them. Let us know what games we should play.
And let us know if you have a game for us. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.